Ooh, ready for a best of 5 between SHIN in the bottom left and Maru in the top right, his nemesis. But SHIN has been on fire, it seems like, in this matchup, and he has been looking just unbeatable against Cure. Now, Cure of course did not seem as sharp as he should be, but oh little boy. Bam. Proxy hatchery in the back of the base from Maru. He needs to scout this ASAP. This needs to be SCV. I don't know. You could bunker rush this. You can do a lot of things here, but it feels like this is not a good position here for Maru. SHIN seems to go all in with this, since he's throwing down a pool behind this. This is not going to be a third hatch. Sometimes we see this, right? Zerg, they just make this hatchery offensively to just keep the pressure off themselves, meanwhile throwing down the hatchery back at home and getting that additional, what's it called? Getting it back at home and getting the extra hatchery and then get the, you know, tech up the pool up but no gas and then just make a bunch of queens and stuff like that. Now he's bunker rushing this, he's going for his second gas on one base, he's not making a command center right now. So Maru is trying to play this extremely safe, he is not getting a additional production facility and he's not gonna go attack with the Reaper, that's interesting. So we're gonna see a 1-1 setup for now, there's the factory, so he does not make a second barracks or something. So he says like, alright, I wanna go attack heavy here on this approach. He's actually throwing down a second bunker for his one marine. This marine is gonna have 2 houses. Some real estate, man. Now the Reapers across the map, he tried to kill some drones, but 4 links are standing guard. There's no queen though, so he may be able to get something done. But he needs to be careful because there's also links coming into his mineral line. He cancelled the bunker, by the way, so he seems to be a little bit insecure about what to do. He loses the SCV. Oh my god, he stays alive! No. Now he loses the SCV. The Reaper is about to get killed here. Unfortunately, he only killed 1 Ling. He was not able to perfectly control the Reaper, so he loses out on that front, on the potential there. 2 Marines pushing down here. 1 drone is mining. There's already creep being set up. The Queen is there. Links are getting started up here. And what are you making? Command Center now, very, very late. There's the factory, is probably gonna make a tank. I would guess could be a Cyclone, honestly. Like, I wouldn't hate a Cyclone. There's a Cyclone. And the Reaper coming back home here is gonna snipe that drone potentially. No, it's actually gonna go into the extractor and heal himself or keep himself safe. The bunker is full now. Marines and Reaper are inside. There's not too much production actually going from this actual space here. And SHIN is just making drones at home. He took the natural base and he's just droning up right now. And he has a bunch of links in the front. He could baneling bust this. He could baneling bust this. There's a bunch of links here. He just kept on making links. He's going in. The Cyclone though should be enough. Oh, there's a fusion core. If he sees the fusion core, and he sees the fusion core, alrighty. There's nothing to deal with the links at the front. He needs to rotate his units. He needs to repair this up. That's gonna be fine. He's gonna do that. And now he can maybe snipe that queen. Which he's gonna do. There's also the drone still kind of chilling over here. And these links in the main are not really gonna find anything. You think Maru's in the lead? 33 SCV, 33 drones to 30 SCVs. Maybe. The tech doesn't really look great though. He's making a battle cruiser, I guess that's something. But that was scouted, so it's not really that great. He's trying to go across the map with the Medivac right now, and there's gonna be... Well, he's dropping a Reaper to kill an Overlord. I guess he shot the creep tumor. But he's making... He didn't kill the drone, the lava, so he's making actually a bunch of extra links. Now, if Maru doesn't see this one, he's just moving out with everything right now. I mean, look at that. He's just like, hey, this is dealt with. So he has like a bunch of Marines across the map. He's gonna have the battlecruiser in a moment. There's the links. They're just biding their time. They're waiting. There's still creep. There's 4 queens at home. I feel like Maru is not in the lead. This looks actually really good for SHIN. He's pressuring the natural base right now. He's maybe just killing everything. And meanwhile, he's killing everything in the main as well. Where's your battlecruiser, Maru? Oh boy, 22 SCVs. There's your battlecruiser, jumping into 4 queens and a spore crawler. 5 queens, that's where you want to be. 3 drones down. Maru's got a GG. SHIN rips his heart out and eats it on the frickin' street. And then he shows a victory sign to the battlecruiser. That was a fast one. SHIN really had Maru's number. Maru went kind of greedy there. I'm not sure why he goes into a battlecruiser. Like, that's 400, 300, and the fusion core. That's so much money. That could have been a 3rd command center, if you think about it. It could have been 2 extra barracks. It could have been stim on top of the 2 extra barracks, you know? And, like, what the F, you know? He defended it with no gas. Yeah, I guess. He defended it without gas, and he defended... the only gas he basically used was for the lair and for the ling speed. Next map is gonna be Botanical. That's a big map. Again. So, very interesting here. The first one was Celestial Enclave, one of the biggest maps in the pool, with quite the kind of macro-oriented approach with that backdoor base, and like there's a high ground for your natural as well, and then there's on that same plateau, if you kill the rocks, there's like 1 more base you can take, which is also protected by ramps and stuff like that. So that's actually a very nice defensible map. And yeah, it seems like Zerg players have been really, or at least SHIN, he did this in a different tournament as well on the same map. I'm not sure against who, but like that's backdoor base, and just take that one and just rush his opponent from there, because people are not walling to that base, right? Why would they? Well, in the top left here of Botanical, it is SHIN. In the bottom right, we have Maru. Now, what is it gonna be on this game? There's no backdoor base, so there's no backdoor hatchery. So far, standard opening here. Hatchery at home. And I'm guessing we're gonna see a Reaper expand here, at least one one barracks expand. From Maru, we're gonna see what exact unit he's gonna make. It could be a Reaper, it could be a Marine, it could be a Reactor. Those are kind of the choices. Well, you could also make a tech lab and a fast factory with this, but I'm kind of guessing the Reaper. It's just too good to pass on. And there we go, the good all-round unit here from the Terrans. Maru going down, is going to secure his base here on the lower ground. And this map is kind of, we saw this already, Cure against SHIN. It's actually not bad for Zerg, because it's very, very big, so getting the units across for Terran is actually quite difficult. But on the other side, if Terran just plays the exhaust game, quote-unquote, which Maru showed the world that it's actually really, really strong. Bam! It jumps across the trees, burns the trees. It didn't burn the trees, unfortunately. Or fortunately, I guess. No big fire. What? Yeah, like the Reaper... the Reaper jump paths are a little bit fishy on this map, because it's not an official ladder map, unfortunately. I told them to fix it, but unfortunately AVAX didn't have the time or whatever. Didn't fix it yet. But there's a few different jump paths for the Reapers. Maybe it's intentional, I'm not 100% sure if he intended that. Oh my god, he loses the Reaper. What the... Oh my god, Maru. Maru, man! Is he flustered? That's definitely a mistake from Maru. That's not something you see. And 3 barracks? 2 barracks? He decides against the third barracks. That's also interesting to see here. So 3 CCs, it could have been 3 barracks. It's gonna be 2 for now. So it's gonna throw down a factory next. Or is it gonna be the barracks after all? It's gonna be the barracks, just a little bit of different timing. So there we go. 3 barracks, a bunch of marines basically. It's gonna be stim, no combat shields, and go, 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 pedal to the metal here. He's just gonna run across the map and try to kill SHIN. It's gonna be so many marines. SHIN needs banelings against this. You need banes, you need bane speed. He's gonna go to a lair that should be in time, but maybe the bane speed is not gonna be there. And the funny thing is, this is with 3 CCs, so he's gonna have double engineering bay, he's gonna have double upgrades with this goat as well. What is he delaying? Well, of course the medivacs, of course the tanks. If he goes into a tank follow-up, the usual like 8 rags tank, like 3 tanks and a bunch of marines going across the map with the 4 medivacs, like that push you see so many times, that if that happens, it's gonna be so late. That's gonna be like hitting a 5th base or something. That's how late it's gonna be. Usually it hits like the 3rd or the 4th base from the Zerg, but this is just a bunch of marines. It's gonna be stim, it's gonna be 1-1. 1-1 will not finish with this, most likely, but if he waits for 1-1, well, I mean, that could be a very powerful timing here for Maru. Of course, this barracks is producing without an add-on. He wants to keep up the production, and he's gonna throw down his factory now. He's very light on gas. He's been operating on 1 gas for like this whole duration. There's the 2nd gas just finished up, and he's going into a 3rd gas right now. And the only gas he used is a reactor, a tech lab, a reaper, I guess, which just got found, and then the 2 upgrades, which are 200, that's 300, 325, 375, and then the extra reaper. So it's about 425 gas, and that's all you need, and then you can kind of, you know, make so many marines, because like, okay, so this was kind of seen right now here from SHIN. He sees the barracks, but this is like, it's actually at a timing where there could be the barracks number 2 and 3, you know, being already ready for Maru. So it's not a good moment to see that, but he sees these marines now, so that should make this clear that there's gonna be stim very soon. He also saw the upgrades, I think. Yeah, so he sees both of the engine bays. He should have enough information. But he's going into Mutalisk. He's not going into baneling speed. That's a big mistake. It's not going to be enough, I think. I mean, this is 1-1 Marines. They're not going to have combat shields with this exactly, but they have stim. Now, if he fights on creep, this might be a mistake, but maybe these Marines are just a little bit too powerful. Look at how fast they shred those links. 1-1 Marines here. No medivacs. It doesn't matter. He doesn't need healing. He's just going to plow through here, it seems like. Now, 1 more stim is actually going to deplete a lot of the health. The combat shields might come back just in time here. Maybe they're just a little bit late. He's shooting down so much. SHIN is trying to disengage whenever stim is active, of course. Now, if you stim 1 more time, oh, you're gonna eat away so much health from your marines. And unfortunately, all of them die, but I think he traded quite brilliantly. He killed 4 Mutalisks from that big muta commitment for SHIN, and he also killed 47 links. He lost 22 marines. That's a bunch of marines. And of course, if he waits for his medivacs, or if he kind of makes them join up with those, that would be amazing as well. But in the end, I feel like getting the muta count that thinned out. Look at the workers. He's 61 workers to 55. SHIN is just starting up his 4th base. The 3rd base, it's not even fully saturated, but for Maru it's already at 16 SCVs here mining. So SHIN is not looking good in this map. He has a big army right now because he dealt with that aggression, of course, and now he needs to decide where he wants to go with the banelings. The banelings needs to work through the supply depots. Now they're coming back here trying to kill the marines, but there's just a little bit too much firepower. Oh, he doesn't get a good hit on that clump. He does kill 14 SCVs, but he does not kill the medivacs. That's a key point of this moment here, of this fight, and he only keeps 3 Mutalisks alive, so he cannot really chase the medivacs as well. If Maru just decides now, alright, we have Widow Mines, we have Marines, We have medivacs. He's about to hit. He already has 4 medivacs right now, does he? Is it only the 3? It's only the 3. It's still enough. He can't just go across the map. He can put the pressure to SHIN. He can hold down the marine key. And it's gonna be 9 at a time. Join in the fray here. There's only 5 meters right now. It's not enough to pressure this force. It's not enough to go through a turret. Like, losing so many mutalisks, already 9 in this game. Imagine he has, what, 15 right now. That's a whole different ballpark, right? He invested so much into this attack, he killed a bunch of economy, but maybe it was already too late. He's only producing economy behind this, not have enough units. Let's see, did he do the correct balancing act? He's killing the Widow Mine, he kills a bunch of the Marines, but maybe this Marine line is just a little bit too deep. Gets a good connection there on the end, 2-2, about to finish up though. And only 1-1 halfway done here for SHIN, I didn't even notice. The upgrades are super late. The Marines are gonna be superheroes in a moment here. With that upgrade lead, they're gonna be unkillable for the mutas, unkillable for the lings. Only banelings can really hit them, but they're gonna be shooted or killed so fast with that 2-2 damage. The Widowmine is gonna get diffused there, that's quite nice. Actually, he will kill that one, but he does eat a hit from the other one, so Maru is staging an attack over here. He's just rallying to the front. He has a 4th base behind us. This is no ways in all in. He's going to his 3-3. A Widowmine connection on top of all the banelings, and that's gonna be basically the hope going there for SHIN. GG Maru. One smooth, swift attack, and then the follow-up attack, and then everything falls apart for SHIN. Maru focusing on the correct things there. SHIN did not really get away with what he was trying to do. He didn't identify the correct solution to the problem that Maru was throwing at him. And SHIN tried to... He had the baneling nest, but no banes. He tried to just do this without any banelings. I mean, against Stim, of course, it's gonna be difficult, but you're gonna be on creep, right? So you still have a good chance to get at least a baneling in range. And there's no combat sheets, remember. So they stimmed once, no combat sheets. I think they're gonna be 1 hit after that. Even if they're not, they're gonna be like 1 HP, so every muta bounce is gonna kill 3 marines. Yeah, of course banelings snipeable, right? But mutas also. In that situation, he just could have only stuck. He like only sniped the mutas because, like, you're not gonna snipe the lings, right? Doesn't make any sense. They have botanical. Next one is gonna be mothership. Okay, let's see how this is gonna go. So far we're looking at a 1-1 situation here. SHIN, can he get his first win against Maru? His absolute nemesis. Maru was the player who denied SHIN a championship in a GSL. And the issue is, well, we haven't really seen many GSLs in recent days, so who knows how many are gonna be there, you know? Alright, we are ready to go into the next map. There we are. Mothership in the bottom center position. It is SHIN in the top right position. We do have Maru. Top right position is quite nice. The add-on over here, of course, is gonna be inside. This is kind of in the wall, I guess. The bottom position would have been better. The left position would be the worst for Maru. At least the structures can help wall off from the add-ons. But it's gonna be a flimsy wall, of course, with like a tech lip or something with 250 HP. Pooh first. SHIN, what are you up to? So maybe this is a defensive play, because he expects barracks in the center. But there is just a Reaper Expand coming here from Maru, so yeah, this is gonna be a nice small edge here for our Terran player. SHIN going all in here on the gas mining, going very fast to that. It's actually sacrificing a bunch of mineral income right now. What is he waiting for with this? He's actually waiting to make links right now. He's saving up the lava. He's not making additional drones right now, and of course he's gonna go back to mining, so he will keep on 1 in gas and then have the full saturation on the minerals. And he's just so light on drones. He's making 6 lings, making a queen, and he's getting the spawning pool, sorry, the spawning pool upgrade. On the other side, Reaper into Marine here. If you can find these lings, that would be nice. But if SHIN, he sees the Reaper now with the Overlord, of course. If SHIN moves the lings in the correct direction, then he could potentially get a cancel on that base. There's only going to be 1 Marine here. That's not going to be enough. Maru is saving up for the second command center here. And Maru does see the timing on this base, so it's like, alright. Where are your lings? Well, surprise! He catches the Marine, he catches the SCV. Is that gonna be a cancel? We'll have to wait and see. The Reaper should go home. He did get a quick check into the base here. He's gonna cancel the command center, and he's immediately gonna throw down another one. He throws down an additional barracks. And now he needs to repair up his supply depots. There is no baneling nest done yet, so there's no potential to break through yet. SHIN is gonna make 3 more drones to fully saturate this base. Oh, he's actually gonna saturate the one here, low down here. But he's producing more and more lings. It's gonna be a baneling bust. He's gonna bust open this wall. He does have enough bane. 6 is all you need to break a supply depot. And that's the 6 links over here. They basically already have the name baneling attached to them on the forehead. They're just waiting until the actual tech is there to finish up and morph into those banes. Tech lab 211 might be a choice here. Double engineering bay, man. Maru playing this quite greedy behind this. He has not identified that this is gonna be a baneling bust yet. Oh, you only need 5 banes. Yeah, of course. And then the one that gets sniped because it's the first one. So 6 banes. He's gonna move in with 5. He waits for the last one. He kills both supply depots. Of course, they have already been damaged here by the links, and he will get in. We need to get a quick re-wall here. Maru, is he gonna fall apart to this baneling bust of all things? He did not have the correct responses. He's fighting with SCVs. He's losing so many SCVs. He has 3 CCs though. GG. SHIN gets a win with the baneling bust in 2025. When was this game released? 2010, 15 years ago after the game was released. 15 years ago after this was figured out. Cyril doesn't do this, yeah. Cyril doesn't do this. Wow. SHIN, what a baller. 2-1. If he does this one more time, can he get one more win? So the cheesiest games have been going to SHIN in this series so far. Does he need to throw one more in the ashtray? Is that all he needs to do to finally beat his nemesis? Next map's gonna be Winter Madness. Let me get a quick look where it is. Is the wrong one? There we go, Winter Madness, that's gonna be it. So can SHIN close it out on Winter Madness? Winter Madness is a big map. Mothership is also a big map. I guess you can do it on every map, or in any map you want, if you just execute it correctly. Maru did not expect this, and well, he had to pay with the map win. Alright, let's hop into the game here. Up 2-1. Who would have thought this? It is SHIN. And in the bottom right, we do have Maru. The unlosable matchup for him. He has never lost a series. Like, best of 1s, yeah. Maps, yeah. A best of 3? No. A best of 5? No. A best of 7? No. Anything that goes past 3 maps. Like, if this would have been a best of 3, SHIN would have gotten the W, the first best of 3. But I think he took 2 maps in best of 5s before against Maru. So Maru, is it gonna be the Reaper expand again? I think, yeah, you kind of want to keep on doing this. Maybe you want to throw in an SCV scout, honestly, before the Reaper scout, just to like keep the Reaper at home and create safety at home. Because if he had the Reaper at home in the last game and he just kills the Lynx, the CC doesn't get delayed on the low ground and finishes up before the baneling bust ever happens, he probably forces SHIN into a completely different game. And he can play his game. And in the longer game, I don't think Maru is gonna die against SHIN, honestly. He just seems to be a tiny bit too good to get broken. There's the SCV scout. That's exactly what I wanted to see. Now he can decide if he needs the Reaper at home, if he sees fast Lynx, for example, or if he can just be aggressive with the Reaper and be safe behind that aggression. He just needs to see the timing on the hatchery, and he sees it. He still keeps the SCV in the front here to just be ultra safe. And you will see the Lynx. I guess not, because they're not gonna commit to the low ground. They're just gonna stay on the high ground. He wants to see the drone that moves out, maybe to try and take the third base, or place like, you know, if there's one to sneak out into a location of a third base. Take that a little bit later. And there we go, first queen already coming down here. It's gonna shoo away the Reaper a little bit. And Maru is quite safe behind this. It's the command set is gonna finish up, the factory is gonna finish up, the reactor is gonna finish up, we're gonna see Hellions, the third base is started, and we're gonna see a commitment to a second gas soon here. And I'm not sure where the Reaper is going. What is he looking for? Is that like, he's looking for like a hidden base? Like, do you have a base over here? If he had one over here, right? With the extra, with the additional geyser there. The purple gas. Maru, you're definitely going into the wrong base locations. Check. Now, Leia coming in. It's a very fast Leia, 2 bases. He only has 1 gas, so this is not a super heavy muta commitment, but it's just extremely fast. He's not even fully saturated on these bases. So what is his plan? We don't know, but fast sim has been always good. A second barracks has been always good against a fast Leia from Zerg. So Maru is basically doing everything right, everything going correctly here against what SHIN is doing, whatever he could do. He's gonna pressure a little bit. He's gonna lose the Reaper though, a little bit unfortunately. Only gets a link for that. That's a good trade for SHIN there. Nice position on the queens, just on top of that ram. Nidus. So SHIN is gonna try to do another one, but this is a 2 barracks. Why do I say this is the correct approach from Maru? Because 2 barracks is gonna have enough Marines to deal with a Nidus. That's all he needs. He's gonna have a bunch of Marines, and they will deal with the Nidus, because look at that. Like, whenever the Nidus is gonna be there, even if it goes up here in the corner where he doesn't see anything, he already will have like 8 Marines or even more, and he's gonna have a fast Stim. Stim is about to finish up in a moment here as well. That might just finish during the fight. He might not have any medivacs, so no healing, but this is usually the counter. Usually you just have the firepower to out DPS whatever the Zerg is gonna throw at you, because this is just a Link Queen Nidus. And he has these structures here as well. He's gonna scout this most likely with this command center just before it finishes up, or maybe just as it finishes. Yeah, just before it finishes up. So look at that. Look at that amount of Marines. 11 Marines. He's pulling the SCVs here quite nicely to block for his Marines. He still has the Hellions with that as well. We do see SHIN trying to deal some damage in the natural, but the Hellions are going to be there to deal with that. The third base is uncontested. There's not enough links really to overpower this army, and there's just more and more Marines coming in. The natural is still mining very healthy. That's a very crucial point, because he can't keep up the production. He's making a tank. He has the first medivacs. He does stim. He's going to completely wreck all of this. So much firepower. SHIN, what are you doing behind this? 3 drones, 2 links. He's so far away from a healthy economy here. He just has a bunch of links. He does not have any banelings. He does have 5 queens. That's not even 7, which you're usually gonna have around this time. And he's trying to do some SCV harassment. But the Hellions are gonna be enough here. If controlled correctly, these Hellions are gonna be more than fine to deal with all of these links here. A tank's gonna siege up, get a nice shot in as well. He might even not kill the tank because of the repair. Oh yeah. Look at that. That was a terrible engage for Shin. This game is falling apart very quickly here. I don't think Shin can deal with this double drop of Marines here. Gonna snipe the first Queens potentially. There's a baneling that's trying to get up behind this, but Maru, I think, he could have just pushed through. He's gonna pick up, take the safe route. He does not have the 1-1 upgrades, of course. Those got delayed because he got Nidus Wormed. Shin is trying to stay alive desperately and making units while he wants to actually make drones. Look at the saturation, 9 out of 16, 3 out of 16 is a terrible, terrible economy here for the Zerg. And Maru is gonna be exploding in a few moments. 3 barracks coming on behind this. He has 1-1 halfway done, combat shields halfway done. He's just pressuring with this double drop right now, just keeping his opponent back. He's making another command center. He's throwing down a factory. We'll take a look at the income advantage, spiking to a crucial 1.3k advantage over Shin in a minute. That's like, what, 3 extra command centers and some change, you know, in 1 minute. That's how far he's gonna be ahead of Shin in 1 minute. 3 extra bases. Potentially, right? If he wants to do that. Sniping a few Banes, it's very expensive. Shin needs every unit. He is kind of getting into baneling speed. Way. And, well, we see the push now. But this is so many Marines for Maru. They have 1-1. And Shin did have 1-1 on the way, but he's cancelling that. He sees the units move out. So, alright, we need as many Banes as we can get here in this defense. And he's gonna have a fair amount. He's gonna have baneling speed. So, what, 13 on the way. They're finished up 26 Banes, but Maru is just, he can just move back. He doesn't even need to fight right now. He doesn't know this, but he delayed the upgrades. You gotta cancel already. That's all you need. He forced units. Now halberds are here. There's no tanks with this, but he can just pick up. Oh, that's a good connection though. That's a good connection. This fight went definitely for Shin. Look at that. Maru, he destroyed a little bit more resources, but man, those Banes, they did some good connections there. Again, the defense is looking okay. And he got a few banelings in at the same time. 8 SCVs did fall, but it's still a far way here for Shin to try and bring this game back here. He's starting to mine out in the main. He needs a 4th base, but can he actually stretch? His defense is so thin. Maru might just multi-prong attack him. He's gonna do a medevac drop with 4 Widow Mines into the natural, it seems, and then there's gonna be a push to the bottom left base. The 4th base trying to establish itself right now. Maru, of course, his own base is gonna morph into a planetary. He's kind of going uncontested there on the other side of the map. And his marine force is gonna be tough to deal with, but he kind of is not moving as good as, you know, sometimes he does. As he might need to overpower here in this moment. And Drilling Claw is about to finish up here for those Widow Mines. Oh, they're not gonna get dropped there. That medevac kind of just got killed by the Queens. That's a good defense against this mine drop. Very nice defense. They literally did not kill anything. That was the best possible defense for Shin here. I think he only got literally like 13 minerals from the cancelled Spore Crawler. That's all he did. So that's the only actual damage he did. But this time it's gonna be people with you know, weapons dropping behind that mineral line, and there's one in the main as well. Not enough banelings to keep both fronts safe. The natural get pushed away, but he loses 10 drones. He might lose the lair. Can he defend this one? Maru might just have too many units. Oh yes, he has too much firepower. He's gonna focus down the lair. He's gonna pick up the rest. Gonna go into the medevacs. GG is gonna be called. Maru just tie up the series. Q brought no mines. Maru brought no tanks. Yeah, exactly. Very well done here by Maru. So, series tied up, 2-2. Shin. He tried another all-in. It was not quick enough, maybe. Oh, Oh, Punika Lord. 3500 Bits. Danke dir, Daniel. Mann, das ist ja eine Weile her. Ich hoffe, dir geht's gut. Danke, danke. Thank you so much. A old friend from childhood days. Punika Lord. That's a Christmas bonus from him. I hope he's well. I think we go back like to middle school or something. When we all were back in puberty. So, we have a last map in this best of 5. It comes down to this map. It's gonna be Magnetic North. Can SHIN overpower Maru here, or is Maru gonna run away with the series again? Two. In the north of Magnetic North, we do have SHIN. In the south of Magnetic North, it is Maru. Does this benefit Maru? Haha, have a good rest. I'm gonna message you on WhatsApp probably tomorrow or later today during the nighttime here. Maybe you're up again. But good to hear you're well. What's it gonna be, guys? Is it gonna be a long one or a short one? I'm kind of feeling a long one for some reason. Like, both players have been crazy in cheese from SHIN and response. Crazy response from Maru. Remember the battle cruiser he tried to make against the proxy hatchery in the first game? As a reaction, all on top of that. Yo, I don't know, man. This has been a really crazy series. I don't think there was a map that went longer than 15 minutes. Pretty sure, maybe not even 12. Pretty sure everything kind of rounded out in about 10 minutes or less. Like the fastest one wasn't even 5 minutes. That was the baneling bust. I'm pretty sure that was under 5-minute game. Now, how is this gonna look? We kind of want one long game, don't we? We want to see SHIN throw his everything at Maru and Maru just defend it and exhaust him and then win the series. Or maybe SHIN finally being able to break Maru, beating him at his own game, you know. That's kind of what I want to see in this series. We haven't seen one of those games yet. It has been action-packed though. Like, there has been action basically all time long. But it's more of the finesse kind of portion of the game, where you need to be very accurate and in your execution with smaller amounts of units. Nice, alright, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna check out until 1 AM. I can probably catch you guys. Third command center. Yeah, I was thinking Battlefield. Battlefield looks kind of fun, a new one. Maybe I'm gonna buy it. 3 command center. Factory. And double barracks again. So another 2-1-1. Maru, who has been the advocate of 1-1-1 openings for the past 3 years, is going into a new standard, it seems. The marine heavy style. It seems like this is a safer approach against most things that the Zerg throw across the map, namely Nidus, namely Mutas. It is weaker against Roach Ravager attacks, I want to say, because you will still have a lot of firepower, but you don't have the actual tech to deal with this. Because you're not gonna have enough to overpower the Roaches, and Marines just are not the best against Roaches. So maybe this is a weak point. Maybe like a roach all-in could break Maru, but then again, SHIN is not known for being a roach player. He's known for being a baneling guy. He likes his banelings. He's one of those people who goes up to 80 banelings in a game if he has to, if he can, you know? He wants to do that. He likes that. He wants to throw them at you and just break everything apart. He likes explosions. He likes fireworks. He doesn't want slow roaches crawl across the map and spit some acid. He wants to blow your army up in one sweep and then win the game like that. Now Overseer morphing in. He's gonna hopefully get a good scout here. This is a armory, so there is no upgrades yet. There's 4 Hellions. There's gonna be Halberd push. 6 Hellions. We see more Hellions coming in. The starboard has not been swapped, and if we can see a scout here on that from SHIN, that might be very crucial, because you wanna kinda have banelings against this. He's going into a double evolution chamber and the Hydralisk den though. This is not looking as good. The Hydralisk den might be nice. He's gonna have 7 Hydras. There's gonna be a nice block here with a changeling, but he still does not see the actual army. He does not see the armory. He needs to get the scout. He needs to know what's up, because so he can make a bunch of units. He's already accumulating his units. He saw a general move out. Now he sees the Hellions in front of his base. He still doesn't know about the armory, but there should be the morph very soon here. There it is. Hellbats. And now you're kind of afraid. Oh, how do I engage this? Now the Hydras can snipe the Hellbats, but they are beefy. They take some time to exhaust that health. And during that time, the Marines are shooting away at those Hydras. And if he can overpower the Hydras, he might just be able to win the game. The reinforcements are kind of getting stuck on those queens here. 5 queens coming from behind. Now he's trying to snipe as many drones as he can. He's even keeping the Marines on the low ground. The medevac does get sniped. 8 drones are gonna fall. Is this enough? Was this enough? Maybe it was. 8 drones. The third base is quite low saturated. 1-1 upgrades are quite far ahead here. Well, at least a little bit ahead, I want to say, for SHIN. It's not all bad, but it might have been just enough to help Maru establish a very healthy mid game here for himself. He's gonna throw in a couple of Widow Mines. The defense has been so far insanely good against Widow Mines. This time, it's not that great. Oh, shoot. Man, Maru's being annoying now. And he's gonna settle for the last one. There we go. But that was so much mining time. That's insane. Look at this. It's like... So this is 5 minutes. This area is 5. That's like 30 seconds of mining time gone. And 30 seconds of a 1500 mineral advantage. That's 750 minerals that SHIN is missing. It feels like. Or maybe even more. Like in comparison, I guess, to Maru. Because they were about even. Maru might have been a little bit elite, but they were kind of even here. And yeah, look at this. Now he's in the lead, of course, because he also killed some drones. And he has the mules operating, but yeah. It's like 500 to... I don't know. It's so much money he's missing, it's insane. That was a very long time. Now 1-1 is gonna finish up here. 5 barracks are gonna finish up. We do see the tank production, medivacs coming in 2 by 2. And the Hydras are gonna defend the creep for now, but a little bit did get pushed back. Of course, the Queens are they kind of only established creep in the south for now. The magnetic north it's starting to get creeped up, but like he used a lot of energy on transfuses. He also did he lose a queen? No, he didn't lose a queen, but he only has 4 queens, so he never really made that many queens to begin with. And yeah, he's only gonna have 1 queen per base, which means if he's macroing correctly, he doesn't really have that energy to stack up for any creep tumors. So he's gonna have a difficult time actually establishing the creep, or re-establishing. He needs to make some queens. Maru is pushing in though. He's tightening the noose right now. He's gonna snipe that 4th base here in the north, and then he's gonna push down that ramp. He has a couple of tanks set up here quite nicely, which are gonna cover the Marines if they fall back. against the Banes, and the Banes have all been depleted. Now it's only Hydras. Hydras against Marines with healing on top of that. Combat shields that finish up. It's 1-1 against 1-1, so there's no upgrade advantage yet, but man, the army is just falling apart for SHIN. The healing is better for the Marines here. The tanks are starting to move forward a little bit. More and more Marines streaming in here, and the Zerg army is just bleeding dry. 40 supply left here for SHIN in that army against 60 for Maru. And it just seems that this in-between position might be a little bit too tough, but maybe SHIN accumulated enough Hydras to at least get the junction back to himself. And if he can get this position back, he's going to be able to reinforce with links now. He's going to be able to accumulate his army again. Now trying to come in again here, but maybe it's a little bit too much. The upgrade's not finished yet for SHIN. +2 armor is actually going to be faster than the one from Maru. The attack upgrade, that is. But it is not going to be in time before this game is over. Now, oh, I guess it is still there. But, I mean, the game is already over. GG. Maru, again, pulls through. Takes the W here over SHIN. And, man, that was an unfortunate end there for our Zerg player in this best of 5. He almost got the win over Maru.